Welcome to the English Masterclass. In this video, we will learn English through the inspiring story of Barack Obama. Listening to stories in slow and simple English is one of the best ways to improve your skills. You will enjoy the story, understand the meaning, and also practice speaking. So, sit back, listen carefully, and repeat after me when you can. Barack Obama was born on August 4, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii. His father was from Kenya in Africa, and his mother was from Kansas in the United States. This made his family background very special and diverse. From the start, Obama's life was a mix of cultures, ideas, and traditions. When Obama was a young boy, his parents separated, and he mostly lived with his mother and grandparents. Even though his family had challenges, they always supported him with love and care. His grandparents gave him guidance, and his mother taught him to value education. These lessons stayed with him throughout his life. As a child, Obama loved reading books. He would sit for hours and explore stories about history, science, and people from around the world. Reading gave him big dreams, and he began to imagine a future where he could make a difference. Books became his window to a bigger world. Obama also spent part of his childhood in Indonesia, where his mother worked. Living in a different country gave him a chance to learn about new languages, food, and cultures. He noticed how people lived differently, yet shared the same hopes for happiness and peace. These early experiences made him open-minded. When he returned to Hawaii, he studied at a private school with the help of his grandparents. Obama was not always the best student at first, but he worked hard to improve. Over time, he became more focused and disciplined. This helped him prepare for the future challenges of leadership. As a teenager, Obama sometimes struggled with questions about identity. He wondered about who he was and where he belonged. Having a father from Africa and a mother from America made him feel different at times. But instead of feeling lost, he learned to accept his unique background as a strength. After finishing high school, Obama moved to the mainland United States to study. He attended Occidental College in California before transferring to Columbia University in New York. In college, he became more serious about life. He studied political science and thought deeply about social issues. Life in New York was not always easy for Obama. He lived in small apartments, worked part-time jobs, and sometimes struggled with money. But these difficulties taught him the value of resilience. He learned that success requires effort and that every challenge can teach an important lesson. After graduating from Columbia, Obama worked in Chicago as a community organizer. His job was to help poor neighborhoods deal with housing problems and unemployment. He spent time with families, listened to their struggles, and tried to find solutions. This work gave him a deeper understanding of people's lives. Community organizing was not glamorous, and the pay was very low. Many of his friends wondered why he chose such work, but Obama believed it was important to serve others and help people have better opportunities. He discovered his passion for public service during this time. Later, Obama decided to continue his education and entered Harvard Law School. At Harvard, he worked hard and impressed many of his professors. He became the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review, a very prestigious student publication. This achievement brought him national attention. Even with his success at Harvard, Obama stayed humble. He believed that leadership was not about fame or money, but about responsibility. He wanted to use his education to make a positive impact on society. This belief guided many of his future choices. While working at a law firm, Obama met Michelle Robinson, who later became Michelle Obama. She was also a lawyer and shared his passion for service and community. They became close friends, then partners, and eventually husband and wife. Together, they built a family based on love, respect, and shared values. When Obama returned to Chicago, he taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago. He also continued his work in community projects and served on several local boards. Slowly, his leadership began to shine, and people noticed his ability to connect with others. Obama's early career was filled with challenges, but also with hope. He learned how to listen to people, how to solve problems, and how to build trust. These experiences gave him the foundation for his future in politics. Step by step, he was preparing for something bigger. At this stage of his life, Obama was not yet famous. He was simply a young man with a strong desire to serve others. He did not know exactly where his path would lead, but he believed that every small step mattered. His story reminds us that even great leaders start small. Obama's time as a community organizer gave him real-life experience. He saw how families struggled with jobs, housing, and education. These experiences shaped his vision of justice and equality. He realized that real change often comes from both local work and national policies. With his law degree from Harvard, Obama had many opportunities. He could have chosen a high-paying career at a big law firm, but instead, he chose to serve his community in Chicago. He wanted to use his skills to help people who often had no voice. This choice showed his commitment to service. Obama also taught law at the University of Chicago. Teaching gave him the chance to share knowledge and guide young students. Many of his students admired his clear way of thinking and his ability to explain complex ideas in simple words. He inspired many people through his teaching. In 1996, Obama entered politics by running for the Illinois State Senate. It was his first step into government. He walked from door to door, meeting voters and listening to their concerns. People liked his honesty, his calm nature, and his vision for better communities. His teamwork helped him gain respect from others. During these years, Obama faced both success and failure. Not every law he supported passed, and sometimes he felt frustrated. But he never gave up. He believed that progress was possible even if it came slowly. His persistence taught him valuable lessons about leadership. In 2004, Obama decided to run for the U.S. Senate. This was a much bigger stage, and many people did not know him well, but he campaigned with passion, energy, and clear ideas. His speeches were simple yet powerful, and they touched people's hearts. One of the most important moments came at the Democratic National Convention in 2004. Obama gave a keynote speech that introduced him to the entire nation. He spoke about unity, hope, and the American dream. His words inspired millions of people across the country. In that speech, Obama said there's not a Black America or a white America, but one United States of America. These words made people feel united and hopeful. Many listeners believed he represented a new kind of leadership. The speech marked the beginning of his national rise. After the speech, Obama's popularity grew quickly. He won the U.S. Senate seat and began serving in Washington, D.C. As a senator, he worked on issues like ethics reform, veterans care, and nuclear non-proliferation. He continued to show that he could bring people together. Life in Washington was very different from life in Illinois. Now he worked on national issues that affected millions of people. The pressure was greater, and the decisions were harder, but he stayed calm and thoughtful, always focusing on fairness and progress. His story was becoming an inspiration for many people. He represented the possibility of change, the power of hope, and the value of hard work. People began to wonder if he could one day run for the presidency. This idea grew stronger with each year. By 2006, Obama had become one of the most famous new leaders in America. His books and speeches reached wide audiences. He traveled across the country, meeting people from all backgrounds. Everywhere he went, people admired his ability to listen and inspire. In 2007, Obama announced that he would run for President of the United States. Many people were surprised because he was still young in politics. Some doubted that America was ready for a black president. But Obama believed that hope and unity could overcome doubt and fear. His campaign began with small gatherings in communities. Volunteers, young and old, joined his movement. They believed in his message of, "Yes, we can." The campaign was full of energy, and people felt like they were part of something historic. He faced powerful opponents, including Hillary Clinton in the Democratic primary. The competition was tough, and the journey was long. But his ability to connect with voters and inspire hope gave him strength. Slowly, he gained more support and moved closer to the nomination. His message of change became the heart of his campaign. He spoke about ending divisions, improving healthcare, and creating opportunities for all. His words were simple but full of power. People repeated them, shared them, and believed in them. By the time the primaries ended, Obama had won the Democratic nomination. It was a historic achievement. For the first time, a Black American was a major party candidate for president. Millions of people around the world watched this moment with excitement and hope. The year was 2008, and America was facing many challenges. The economy was weak, people were losing jobs, and the war in Iraq was still going on. Many Americans felt worried about the future. In this moment, Obama's message of hope and change gave people new energy. During the presidential campaign, Obama traveled across the country. He spoke in small towns, big cities, schools, and stadiums. His calm voice and clear vision touched millions of hearts. People began to believe that change was not only possible, but also near. Obama's campaign used the power of technology in a new way. His team connected with people through the internet and social media. Supporters could donate small amounts of money online, and millions of people joined his movement. It became a campaign built by ordinary citizens. The phrase, "Yes, we can," became a symbol of his campaign. People sang it, wrote it on posters, and shared it everywhere. It was not just a slogan, it was a belief that together Americans could build a better future. The campaign felt like a movement of hope. Obama faced John McCain, a respected senator and war hero, in the general election. The debates between them were serious, and both men worked hard to share their visions for America. But Obama's calm confidence and fresh ideas attracted many voters. On November 4, 2008, history was made. Barack Obama was elected the 44th President of the United States. He became the first African-American president in U.S. history. Millions of people around the world watched this moment with excitement and hope. The night of his victory, Obama spoke in Chicago's Grant Park. He reminded Americans that change had come, but also that the journey was just beginning. His speech was filled with gratitude, humility, and a promise to work hard for all people. Obama entered office during a financial crisis. Banks were failing, businesses were closing, and millions of people were losing homes. His first major task was to stabilize the economy. He introduced plans to save jobs, help families, and rebuild trust in the system. At the same time, Obama focused on healthcare. For many years, millions of Americans had no health insurance. His plan, called the Affordable Care Act, aimed to give more people access to doctors and hospitals. It was one of his most important achievements. As president, Obama also faced challenges abroad. He worked to bring U.S. troops home from Iraq and focused attention on Afghanistan. He believed in diplomacy and often used dialogue instead of conflict. His goal was to promote peace and cooperation. One of the most emotional moments of his presidency came in 2011. U.S. forces located and killed Osama bin Laden, the leader behind the September 11th attacks. Obama announced the news to the nation, and many Americans felt a deep sense of closure. Obama's time in office was not always easy. He faced criticism from political opponents and had to make difficult choices. Sometimes progress was slow, and not everyone agreed with his decisions, but he continued to lead with patience and determination. In 2012, Obama ran for re-election against Mitt Romney. The campaign was tough, but he reminded Americans of the progress made and the work still left to do. Once again, people supported his vision. He won a second term as president. During his second term, Obama continued to work on healthcare, education, and climate change. He pushed for clean energy and international agreements to protect the planet. He believed that protecting the Earth was a duty for future generations. Obama also spoke often about equality. He supported the rights of women, immigrants, and LGBTQ+ people. In 2015, when same-sex marriage became legal across the United States, he called it a victory for love and human rights. His leadership inspired millions. At the same time, he faced challenges with race relations in America. Protests and debates showed that the country still struggled with inequality. Obama often spoke about unity and reminded people that change takes time, effort, and understanding. In foreign policy, Obama made history by opening relations with Cuba after decades of conflict. He also worked on a nuclear agreement with Iran to prevent weapons development. These actions showed his belief in diplomacy as a path to peace. In 2009, he received the Nobel Peace Prize. The award was given for his vision of a world without nuclear weapons and his efforts to build cooperation among nations. Some people debated the decision, but it showed how strongly the world admired his leadership. By the end of his presidency, Obama had become one of the most admired leaders in the world. His calm style, his ability to inspire, and his focus on hope made him stand out. Millions of people looked at his journey as proof that dreams can come true. In 2017, after 8 years in office, Obama left the White House. He gave a farewell speech, thanking the American people and reminding them to stay engaged in democracy. He left with dignity, promising to continue serving in new ways. After his presidency, Obama and his wife Michelle focused on education, leadership programs, and community work. They also wrote books and started projects to inspire young people around the world. They wanted to continue giving back even outside the White House. Obama's story is not just about politics. It is about resilience, hope, and the belief that one person can make a difference. His journey from a young boy in Hawaii to the President of the United States shows the power of vision and hard work. Today, Obama is remembered as a leader who inspired millions. His words, "Yes, we can," still echo as a reminder that change is possible. His life remains a story of hope, equality, and the endless possibilities of the human spirit. Thank you for joining me in this story of Barack Obama. His journey shows us that no dream is too big and no obstacle is too strong if we believe in ourselves. Keep learning English through stories like this, and step by step, your skills will grow. Remember, just like Obama believed in change, you can believe in yourself too, because your voice and your story matter.